Oh wait, camera's not on. Camera's on now. A little too loud. Hi everybody. Hi gamers. I hope there's not background noise from the other room. My brother's watching One Piece fan theory videos. Meanwhile, we're doing it. This one's gonna be a doozy. Because this time for sure, we're going to Glaven Basin, and we're gonna stay there this time. And we're not gonna get sent on another journey. Let's see what Rose has to say. Settle down, bucko. Things look grim, yeah, but there's still a chance we can prevent the worst from happening. And in order to do that, we gotta not go to the Boar's Ruin. That's where we just were. We gotta go this way. And I gotta be controlling Rose, because I missed her. Here we go. Can you even fathom what's gonna happen in this coming look at this, we're even getting a cinematic. Unlucky. Uh-oh. That's a Seraph. I don't know if we know the Seraph who that is, but it's a Seraph. And we for sure do not like Seraphim Helionizing. For this reason. I forgot this happened right away. I thought that this was like, I thought there'd be some like build up or something. I'm sorry, I just ate some spicy food.
Oh no, it has been born.
I can stay there. I forgot Rose like follows me, so I just saw her standing there. I'm like, whoa, this is a weird place for Rose to just be standing. It could go down there. I wonder what would happen if we just went down there. We eventually have to go here at some point. But I'm pretty sure we need to wrap this up first.
Holy crap, there's a dragon!
Oh yeah?
Okay.
Well, let's take out these goons first. Sorry, I was picking that one. Okay, I'm getting hit by something. I don't even know where I'm way over here? I do not want to use a grape gel right now. Y'all really just got one shot? Oh my god, the camera against this wall. This fight, I'm just getting camera diffed. And he's gonna die again, because the CPUs do not know how to dodge that attack. Okay, well, I think I saw there was a guy on the map who sells items, so I guess. I love dodging attacks with either with Armadas or with breaking Armadas. Both are so fun. Well, Lila and Zavid didn't get anything. That wound up being just way harder than it had any right being for the sole reason of the camera. Well, I shouldn't say the sole reason. That's maybe not fair, but let me tell you, it was a pretty big contributor. You can get one. It's kind of crazy that Zavid's defense is way higher than Edna's when she's like the one who's supposed to be good at that. Red Sage. Attack power? Sure. Art attack. He casts spells a lot, so he should really have higher art attack than he has. Zavid's a character where, like, I feel like the way he's, like, statted out makes you feel like he's supposed to... Makes you feel like he's supposed to have, oops. Like, a lot of fighting prowess, but I find him to be much better as a caster than as a fighter.
So
A lot of the...
Yeah, it's fully materialized.
A lot of the...
They're all dead.
A lot of the attacks that Zavid has, I find to be very underwhelming. I want to fight these. Oh well, I guess I'm definitely fighting these people.
It'll be a good time.
A veteran, Hellion. We can't let our guard down even for a moment.
Maybe so, but they were losers from the moment they became Hellions.
Is that how you really feel, Zavid?
They can also warp, so keep an eye on them.
I'm trying to get rid of this guy so the rest of the team can focus a little bit. What's the button? What's the button? Fuck. Not that one. That one. I'm trying to keep Nicleo from dying because... Oh, he's just down on the hill. I was wondering where this last guy was. Ugh. Oh god. What if I finally used a holy bottle? I don't know if that really even does anything, but okay, I think that's a Toidles. I think that's a Toidles. Poiple,
If
poiple.
only we'd listened to Princess Alicia, we could have avoided all of this.
It's not your fault.
It hurts.
Can we do anything about that thing?
If we can't, there's no one that can save it.
Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do. Oh, we got a saffron. I'm gonna need it. Yikes. Let's get everyone capped. No. Okay. No. He does not have very much. And they're not very good, the things that he does have. Okay, okay. Alright. Oh man, I wish I had saved the game earlier than this, but that's okay, because it'll just let me retry. It'll just let me retry. This won't be hard. Full disclosure, I remember just super cheesing this with Water Armatus, like, you know, just dodging Aqua Laser for like probably 20k hit points. Hey, remember that character?
So, this is what it's like to be.
Again, this moment, it's great music, but it's like, this would mean a lot more if we'd seen this guy at all in the last 25 hours of gameplay. I don't even think he's a bad character. He's just been non-present since the second area of the game.
What on earth is going on?
I love this Goshina music.
A dragon.
This God Eater shit. The incredible soundtrack. And I do remember liking this fight. I was kind of sad that I had to cheese it, because I was just totally unprepared for it when I first played it. So he's weak to the thing, that one, but he's resistant to fire.
And that goes for both of us too.
You got it. I don't intend to die here.
So my recollection is just that it's kind of slow as balls, which means it's not that hard to just dodge everything. But your computers can't do that. You cannot trust your computers to dodge abilities. So, oh my Jesus. Oh, and thank you for... So, I just basically... I just let my computers die. I just let my computers die and did it myself. there's a long way to go. Yeah, it might have been more than 20,000. That was just a number I pulled out of my bum. Okay, I didn't remember that it paralyzes, but now that I remember, if I have to retry, I'll cook an anti-paralysis dish. That will be one meaningful way that I can... There is one more mechanic this fight that we had. Oh, that hit me. That hit me, huh? I think he's probably a little big for that. I actually, like, I remember cheesing this fight so keenly that I remember some of the attacks that are good against dragons. Oh, Dragon Blitz. That makes sense. Like, I can probably tell you the fire and water armadas that are super effective. Just because I spent so much time cheesing this fight. I didn't use much wind, and I wasn't a human very much either. I was mostly just in water and fire armadas. Like, there are a lot of moves where this guy just doesn't take damage because he's busy. Yeah, sure, cast it. That didn't interrupt. I would like to... Like, I would actually like to... use my Mystic Art, but I cannot get a combo going of sufficient length. Help me out here. And then he just says, oh, this is okay. That's scripted.
On the malevolence generated by the human's fear.
Sounds, tasty? So even the power of the shepherd is not enough? It's a genuine miracle they're even standing! How can he fight like that? He's the shepherd.
Why is that guy acting all romantic?
That's not it.
It's just who he is.
Okay, so yeah, that bumped this this dragon back up to full, but that's okay. Like I said, that's scripted. I think I mentioned before, I definitely thought in my brain in the middle of that fight, by the way, there's one more mechanic. But I'm not sure if I actually said it. Actually, before I do that, let me check something. Boosts Smash P and recovers. Okay. That's not what I want. I want a panacea. I think it might... I'm looking for... I remember the move, I just don't remember how to activate it. I don't remember the prompt. I'll just check. Oh. It's the one I don't have, isn't it? It is. I had this by... I had this one by the time I got to this fight before. Okay, well I probably won't be able to rely on this too much, because it's gonna just resist everything I do. So why did that hit me and not my boy, Zavid, who is standing very close to me? Okay, I need to stop using Virulent Shards. That's a thing I definitely need to stop doing. That's a little better. It's too bad I didn't have enough for, didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. Saray is guaranteed getting hit by this. The post fire on... That's pretty good too. Oh. Not what I meant to do. I really want to stay alive now that I've got 4 bars. Just gonna do that, and get ready to dodge. Not good. That is not doing it. It did it for a second, and then it stopped. There we go. Finally got a good power hit that finished the combo. That's what I was trying to do the whole time, and it maybe wasn't worth it because I probably hit the damage threshold.
I can't do this much longer.
Okay, yeah, so this is the other mechanic.
We will fight at your side.
Who's afraid of a dragon? Just a big old lizard!
Suddenly things aren't looking so bad. Yeah.
This is vintage Goshina.
Let's do this.
Not too many other games where you will get vocals in the ensemble. That's not who I wanted, but this is okay for me because I can actually dodge that attack, but he wasn't targeting me. Okay, that time, good. That time it didn't reset the HP, which is fine. I can totally live with it not resetting the HP. However, this is the part where I had to start cheesing. After that, So if you're wondering, like, oh, they just did this whole cutscene where they're like, we're helping, and then didn't help, they do. They actually do. I don't remember how... I kind of vaguely remember it not happening very often. But, there will be, like, periodic, not that. I don't remember Earth's. Probably faster to just look. It is monolithic current. I felt like I used that a couple times and it had no effect, but it might have just been bad timing. Oh, there it goes. I see it now. I might, however... Oh, I was just about to split up. I would step away. I'm gonna grape gel first so that we both get a heal and then split up. Because I feel more valuable. Okay, yeah, so here, when you hear that, look, it interrupts what they're doing and it starts a power hit combo. I remember it being, you know, not... Oh, I did not mean to. What is it? This one? Oops. It's very nice when it happens. It's not super often, but it is quite, like, it's a noticeable thing. Yikes.
Humans sure get carried away.
Yeah, but that's just, you know.
Yes, that's the power of human beings.
Using more panaceas than anything else, just about. This is, I mean, I gotta say, this is going much better than, you know, I don't want to jinx it, but my allies were dying left and right when I played this the first time. I might have still had, like, I don't remember how many, like, life bottles I had when I started cheesing, but... and how many healing items I had, period. But I know I was like, I have to start cheesing because, oh, just use the same move twice in a row, why don't you? Very cool. But I know the reason I started cheesing was because I'm like, I'm gonna run out of healing items before I get to the end of this fight. Like, that was a serious concern, and what I wanted to happen was, you know, if I'm gonna life bottle everyone back to life, I wanted to do it near the end rather than front load them. So I just cheesed till it got pretty low. Not cheesed. I shouldn't say cheese. I spammed power hit moves. Trying to use that ability more frequently than I was. It seems like the air... I don't remember that being the case, but it actually seems like the arrows are timed to specifically when it's using a spell. I mean, I remember them like coming in and interrupting, but I didn't remember that it just happening on like a timer. Mikleo, you know, it'd be sick if you popped me an elixir right now. Because then I can just do that. Was it worth it? Well, probably not. I should have... Popping the elixir was fine. I should have done that. Same deal. It's the dragon attack. And I think it's actually... I think it's Blistering Fang. Let's check again. No, Blistering Fang is water. Huh. Maybe I don't have that one either. I guess I must be like kind of underleveled, but I'm surprised because it's going so much better. Okay, well it restrained, but it still did 3,000 damage, so that's kind of nice. Okay, that's good. I don't think this will accomplish much. Okay, this is a problem. That wasn't too bad. Because he was like close to full HP and I wasn't there. If you have like humans out when he does that, that's it. Everyone just dies. A dragon, what? I didn't mean to open that up, by the way. Very close. I think I dodged out after only one hit of that, which is nice. Okay, now I can give a grape gel to you. Oh, I wouldn't have split right there. I would have stuck with it. In fact, and Rose just immediately bites the dust. Don't attack it. Let the arrows do their thing. There you go. That was not as hard as I remember it, but I do remember liking that. It's different enough from most fights. Give me a hell yeah. Don't lose your resolve, Saray. That for sure took me multiple tries too, I think. So I'm glad it went way smoother. I think both of them are extremely gay. However, I do think the pairing of the two of them is also very cute. By kings and queens, maybe. It's like, it's kind of vanilla, but I just like the "we met on the battlefield." That particular flavor of like enemies to lovers kind of thing, you know?
It's vanished.
Not like enemies, but like we met on the battlefield, but we were the only ones in the entire war who knew that we weren't really enemies, and
Yeah.
I think that's kind of cute.
But we made a difference.
That said, Rose and Alicia are dating, so there's nothing to do about it. And that's just facts.
I'm exhausted as well.
I mean, it's almost as close to canon as
Rise, we took down a dragon.
We managed to stave off the worst somehow. Let's just be grateful that we're alive, yeah?
like, I don't know. You can complain about like queer baiting and whatever, and how like they go so close without really confirming anything. But the Tales series, almost as a rule, confirms very, very little. Like, even Lloyd Colette, which, like, there was no subtext. They were just in love. You know, they don't, like, get married or kiss, as far as I know, at any point. So, like, even that is not truly sort of canonized any more than Rose Alicia winds up being. Oops, that's a spoiler. And there's another pairing like that, and I bet you can guess what it is based on my babblings throughout the entirety of this game. More so in the anime. The anime does a lot of things wrong, which is almost through no fault of its own, because this is a, let's check, 40-hour game, and you're adapting it into a what, 4-hour anime, if even. 3 times 6. Okay, no, probably like 8 hours, but I either way, you know, you're quick save. I don't want to quick save. Wait, hold on. What day was that? What if I finished the game 3 days later to the day? That'd be funny. Well, this wasn't actually the day I finished the game. I'm past that point now, actually. You can see playtime 30 hours. This was around the time where I fought with I loaded it up once, and I'm pretty sure it's when you fight Maven, which I guess I am not under-leveled compared to them. I might have just, you know what it might have been? Is I might have just chosen... Oh, I don't know. I don't understand it. Because I definitely had more moves than I did. Or different moves than I did. Whatever. Oh, let's just head to the hideout. Okay, I misunderstood. I'm not gonna warp there because it's the loading screen. It would practically be as long as actually walking there. Anyway. Rosalicia is precious. That's all I got to say about that. That didn't intend to start as a Forrest Gump reference, and then it just kind of went there. So if I half-assed the accent, that's why. I didn't even know I was going there until it came out. But yeah, I like the dragon fight. I think it's pretty good. It's the music is very thrilling to me. You know, when you hear vocals in a Tales game, you're in for something. And it basically only happens in the Goshina games and in like a few select final bosses.
No need to worry. Saray's got it together.
Yes, I know. But
He's almost 2 together.
That was not the final
Sounds like
boss.
something a mother would say.
can't it be sister at least? Although I am far older.
All right, sister. We ought to rest up too.
Yes, I'll just tuck both of them in.
I am not a mother, I am a sister, but I'm going to tuck my little baby boys in. I shouldn't say baby boys because Rose was there too. I think she was included.
You've been sleeping for 3 days straight.
You're kidding! I was wondering why I was so famished.
Let's go get something to eat.
Indeed, Saray woke up just before you did.
After we're done, let's head on over to Lastenbell. I gotta check on how everything wound up.
Sheesh, workaholic much? Though I guess I
Man, I
shouldn't
was
talk.
scared for that. I thought
you
it was going to
curious?
take the whole episode.
Well, yeah. If
Sometimes
anyone's more
memory
open,
is
I got
not
some
good for
homework to
everything.
do. Maybe we should leave her here.
Let me because I mean, so half the reason I'm recording this, part of it is for your viewing pleasure, but I'm anticipating there is one of you tops who's actually listening to this, at least in the rough time frame of me actually uploading them. You know, maybe in 10 years, maybe 10 years from now, I'm super famous, and you're all watching this right now. You. But I believe not many people watch this, which is fine. Doesn't bother me, because I just talk to myself normally and even make Twitter threads. So, because I like to document my experience playing things that I care about. I'm sorry. I'm filling dead air because I don't want to like start a whole new thing now that we'd beat the dragon. But I'm going to find here we go. Oh man, there's some good stuff coming up. Some great cutscenes. So here's what I was saying about this. I guess I didn't like this fight in hindsight. My memory was that I liked it. So I said, I've had fun with the Maltran Lunar Sergei fights. Cool way to wrap up the last few loose ends, and having Alicia back for a little while was really fun. Saving that mercenary dude from the dragon would have been cooler if I hadn't forgotten he existed. But the awesome music and Sergei and Alicia showing up was very hype. I agree with that. I said the exact same thing this time. Badass cutscenes, true. But I hate when fights get interrupted without warning, which has happened twice this fight. I remembered that that happened this time, so it was much less disruptive. So I don't remember. I guess I can, like, me getting caught off guard twice by that probably left a sour taste in my mouth for that fight. Especially because I think I was struggling with it at the time. Whereas the interruptions rankle a little less when you're sort of smooth sailing and don't have to, like, be worried too much about healing. And yeah, after that, I didn't say too much more about it, but I don't know. I've checked that thread. I haven't read any tweets on the video like I just did before, but I've been trying to keep up generally with that thread because it's interesting to me. A lot of the times I'm pretty locked in with the same experiences that I had 3 years ago, but sometimes I remember things totally differently and feel totally differently about them.
Lila, those dragons used to be seraphim, right?
Yes. They were likely seraphim of considerable power. Most likely, he captured them and shut them away in an area where malevolence is likely to gather. Like a battlefield, for example.
As a sacrifice.
A battlefield is like a microcosm of our world. All kinds of emotions spiral and whirl about in a place like that.
You mean like fear and hatred? The kind of emotions that would beget dragons?
Those aren't the only ones. There's also bravery. The bravery needed to stand up against the dragons. And that's something you invoked.
Then I can't give up yet. Not as long as there's still hope. I'll just have to believe. Both in Sergei and in the world that humans live in.
Indeed. And we will believe in you.
We can do a little bit more. I was looking at that thread and the next few tweets, I was reminded of some great cutscenes. I don't know how close they are, but here's some good ones. Yeah, for some reason my memory was of the arrows launching in on like a timer. That it was like every 30 seconds or something, which is roughly what it is. I don't think I ever pieced together that it just happened whenever it cast that spell.
Saray, look. Alicia and Lucas.
Oh right, Lucas, that's his name. Hi Lucas.
As a messenger of the Kingdom of Highland, I am here to discuss terms of a truce. I would like to meet with a representative of the Roland's Imperial Army.
We honestly wish we could allow you to pass, but Highland and Roland's are still officially at war.
This is a decision that has to be made at the top. I'm afraid as mere rank and file, we,
Alicia! Lucas!
Saray!
I knew you were alive!
I forgot your name. Saray didn't. He's a better person than
It
me.
seemed like this might be the last chance for diplomacy.
A Highland princess wandering all the way here with no escort? You're a trooper.
What do you mean? She's got the best guard in the world.
If there's a chance we can stop the war, it's a small price to pay. But we're running into some, jurisdictional issues.
Yeah, Rose and Alicia don't interact enough in the game compared to the anime.
You're with the Platinum Knights, right? Do you think you could contact Sergei for us?
Anime spoiler. It retells the story in a bunch of different ways. One of the ways is that
If it's a meeting between friends, then the knights have no need
Alicia and Rose are simultaneously squires for like the entire time. Rose basically never leaves. Or at least not for any significant amount of time.
You caught me there. So you're Alicia. I am Sergei, a friend of Saray. Well met.
I'm Alicia. My sincere thanks for helping us the other day.
Not at all. Would you like to join me for some tea?
Certainly. I'm thankful for this opportunity.
We won't let it go to waste. Damn peaceniks. Putting good mercenaries out of jobs. This calls for booze. What do you say, Shepard?
I think we just go here. Is this what we... cubed pork belly? Is that what we're supposed to do?
Hey, Mr. Shepard, where's Lila and the others?
They went to the sauna to relax.
Oh, snap! So
Oh,
they
yeah.
set up the sauna.
Maybe later.
Come on, don't be such a buzzkill. We men need to be open and comfortable about things like this. You know, a naked relationship.
Well, you are always half naked, Zavid.
I may look like an exhibitionist when it comes to my body, but the door to my heart is always closed. That's why I wanted to take this time to bond with you. You know, like, as an accomplice.
Don't tell me you're going to read the wind to snoop around the girl's sauna.
Oh, you're pretty sharp after all, you no-good shepherd, you.
I don't think this is a good idea. Someone's definitely going to notice.
I don't want to grow up to be the kind of guy who views everything as a win-or-lose situation.
Grow up, Zavid.
The trickling sweat, the flushed red cheeks.
You're
There's a healthy
1100 years
sublime
old.
Beauty in this closed space we call a sauna. Saray, let's go hunting for babes.
That sure was therapeutic. Why don't you guys step in as well?
You mean like this?
That's not the kind of babe hunting I'm talking about.
Huh?
Or is it? Okay, Zavid's gross. We all knew this. I actually got that much later in my original playthrough, because that's like one of the last things I saw, and it's one of the last things in my tweet thread. But I made a joke that the typical Tales games often have a hot springs / sauna scene like that, and it often doesn't involve like one of the more nefarious boys trying to string along one of the pure-hearted boys to do that, and usually it winds up with the pure-hearted guy being kind of the butt of the joke, because like he gets caught and everyone's like, I thought you were better than this. You know, you can imagine Lila being like, oh, Saray, I thought you were a pure-hearted young man, but you're pure evil, and you know, that sort of thing. That's the kind of thing that I expected when that skit started up. However, in this game, because of course, the butt of the joke winds up being that Suray's gay for Mikleo. And that Mikleo is a hottie. I shouldn't say butt of the joke is that Saray is gay. That makes it sound mean. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's mean. Maybe it's supposed to be mean. I never read it that way because I'm not a homophobe.
Yes, thank you for all your help.
Aw, it's over.
I think it's a great bait and switch.
First meet and greet. I've received an invitation to Pendrago Castle.
By yourself?
In exchange, His Imperial Majesty of Rollins will allow me to meet for direct negotiations. Not bad for a bottom-rung princess, huh?
We are comrades who battled the dragon together. The Empire will have the decency to acknowledge that.
Neat.
Guess the peace talks are in good hands.
And here I thought the war would be dragging on and on.
Oh no, that was a pretty good one. I'm jealous.
I love that line. I love that line, and I love Lila's reaction. The delivery is flawless. Ugh.
Would you be interested in coming to Pendrago with us? You're a key figure in bringing our two nations together.
Thanks. But that's a dream that you should be the one to fulfill.
I suppose. Best to you on your journey.
You too, Alicia. Sergei?
Not to mention our plastered buddy out there.
Yeah, he invited us drinking and we just flaked. We didn't even say, no thanks, we're busy. We just left. It's kind of rude.
Boy, he didn't waste any time turning her down. Right there in front of him, the perfect date. No wonder girls don't dig shepherds.
Well, what can you do?
Yes, we're talking about Saray after all.
Yeah, I guess Alicia is
Seriously.
kind of a bi
There you
queen.
have it.
Nothing but respect. I run past that every time and it's always too much of a pain. Okay, well, presuming...
I hear they're actually making progress with the peace talks. That Princess Alicia is a godsend.
She sure is. If only a certain layabout would follow her example.
My doggie's happy too. She hates war.
You and me both, puppy. You and me both.
One of my tweets was that line and me saying, hell yeah, dog.
Anything to get out of this armor.
Our departure can wait a day.
Huh? But
So sleepy all of a sudden.
Oh, my back. I gotta lie down.
Get us a nice room.
We just did. We had there was a sauna and everything. Remember? Yeah, the inn skits are not typically time sensitive, so that's why they're acting like that never happened.
Thanks, Lila, for hanging out with me.
I love this scene.
Don't mention it. I was thinking of coming up
I
here
fucking
and
love this scene.
watching the city anyway. So this is where Saray's guidance has led us. Indeed.
Hey, that's
I'm sure he is doing much the same, watching them and thinking about how far we've come.
I was gonna make a joke, but it's a Berseria.
Edna and Zavi too.
It's a
After
Berseria
long
thing.
journey with the shepherd, I imagine they're using this time to reflect on their past.
It's
and
Modulou.
perhaps their future. Kinda like us, huh?
Well, well. Edna coming to see me? Should I be scanning the skies for pigs?
I want you to tell me, why were you killing Hellions?
Where'd this come from? And why now?
Is it to save them? Did you make up your mind that it's something you have to do in order to save them, like Saray did?
Oh, I get it. You still haven't quite wrapped your head around the idea of death as a form of salvation. And so every time you put it into words, it's been to convince yourself.
Edna is a smart woman. I
True.
imagine right now she's busy sorting out her feelings before we face our final battle. No doubt she's consulting Zavid for guidance. He's seen more of the world than any of us, the good and the bad. You're really a good study of people. You should have been a school teacher. Oh, but Rose, you had something you wanted to ask me, didn't you? When the dragon appeared, Saray found his answer right then and there, didn't he? It was that he didn't want that battlefield to see any further killing or bloodshed. Yes, and then he immediately took the actions he deemed necessary in order to achieve that. Time flows differently for people with a vision, or so it seems to the rest of us sometimes.
He's incredible.
Look at them.
Wow.
Just look at them.
Look at all those
Look at
stars.
it. You don't say that when you're straight.
I forget who said it. That there are as many emotions as stars in the sky. I can totally see that.
A metaphor for how each emotion sparkles in its own way, huh? Must have been a romantic who came up with that one.
But you can also sense his insecurities about that, can't you, Rose? Like he's constantly on edge, worrying that if he let his guard down even a little bit, he'd lose his way again.
I think Saray himself might be the only one who doesn't see that. I mean, you know how little it takes for a taut string to go snap, right?
Are you worried?
Not worried, really. Whatever happens, whatever the future brings, I hope I can make it work somehow. No, I know I can.
So that's your answer.
I guess so. But I've always been like this ever since I was a kid.
I'm starting to understand why you don't generate any malevolence.
So I want everyone not to worry and to just go do what they need to do. Now! But I don't mean like, see ya, have fun, I'll be over here. I promise I'm with the rest of you guys for the long haul.
Don't you think it would be better to tell that to everyone, not just me? After all, I'm sure Edna and Zabid would take no small amount of inspiration from it.
I don't know, it'd be weird to walk up to them and be like, I am here, we are friends.
Probably true.
Sheesh, you women folks sure are complicated.
Don't say things like that, Zippy.
That's part of the appeal.
You can't say things like that.
Are you just stupid?
Yep, big old stupid head. The type who can't do anything but believe in the one way he's found to get stuff done.
What makes you believe in it?
I just have a need to protect the pride of my friends and fellow Seraphim. No one becomes a Hellion because they want to. But when you turn into one, you know what that means, right? So that's why I end it for them, for the sake of their pride.
And you think that saves them?
Who knows? That's something they get to ponder after death, in their own personal afterlife.
How gallant of you. So that must be what makes you so...
Attractive? Ow! Hey! Knock it off! Don't you all have one more thing you need to brace yourselves for?
It'll depend on what Saray does with Mautelis after we take down Haldolf. But you know what? That's alright. I'm prepared. No matter what he decides, I'm willing to accept it.
Gotta say, I think your resolve wins out over mine. I don't even know if I could do that. Just look on silently while one of our own suffers in agony.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much about that. We're all in this together till the very end.
So, if Savid's quivering in fear, you'll be there to give him a gentle hug, right?
Gross.
Right answer.
Well, if my saying something is enough to cheer those two up, it might be worth it after all.
It's enough to have someone to lend you a kind word. After all, that's what friends and comrades are for. But Rose, if you don't mind, may I ask what prompted you to bring all this up?
I just kind of thought you and I might have sort of been thinking about stuff along the same lines. I just wanted to tell you, you don't have to carry it all by yourself. Huh? What? Did I say something funny?
The two of us really are more alike than we realize. We commit to things, we decide on what role we're gonna play, without really consulting with anyone else.
Oh, now that you mention it. So that's why I felt like we might be sharing the same thoughts. We're the same, independent women.
Rose, I must thank you. I feel like a great load has been taken off my mind.
Really? Hey, cool beans.
I'm profoundly grateful to whatever twist of fate brought us together.
You really are a drama queen, Lila.
Aw, Rose!
All right, come on. We got some friends to go cheer up.
I know it's like
There's something I learned from this journey. Some stars you can't see, and because you can't see them, you think they're not shining. They are.
It turned out that there were a lot of stars that we couldn't see from our home in Elysia.
Once people notice the stars, they start to understand just how brilliantly they shine. Just like how Alicia finally got a sense of what Seraphim were truly like the first time she heard your voices.
That was a trip. You should have seen your face.
I was really excited back then. It gave me hope that one day other humans might be able to talk to the Seraphim.
But even then, you had to cut off your senses and hold your... Oh, I see. You were actually contemplating what you'll do after the last battle.
Yeah. If I let myself become a vessel for Martellus and shut off all my senses, we might be able to spread that power throughout the entire continent of Glenwood. If it works, and that's a big if, the Squire ought to be able to wield power like mine, even if she doesn't possess natural ability on par with a shepherd.
So long as you entrusted all of your senses to the Squire, it's not out of the question. And we might be able to grow the ranks of squires who could help us. Just think of Alicia. It's arguably a more constructive approach than just waiting for another shepherd to appear.
Exactly.
But you understand the implications, don't you?
Yeah. Until the Squires can quell enough of the Earth's malevolence to let Martellus's natural purification take over, I would need to wait and sleep.
By bonding with Martellus, you'll be abandoned in time. It could take years. It could take centuries. And even if humans appear who can see and talk to Seraphim, there's no guarantee they'll choose the path of coexistence.
I believe in them.
What about your dream? Weren't you going to go off exploring ruins around the world?
My dream will live on, so long as I don't forget.
Sure, he's telling you he doesn't want that for you.
Very well. Thank you, Mikleo.
You're like prototypically stupid.
It's not so much that guys are stupid. It's just that the ladies are too smart.
What's that, your philosophy?
Looks like the gang's all here.
I suppose you were all listening to us then?
Yes.
I may not be Edna, but you really are.
Totally.
stupid.
It's just awkward because of the way the game's
Let's head out.
coding infrastructure transitions from line to line. I'm lucky.
I'd like to set out under these stars tonight, so that every time I gaze up at the night sky, I can remember this very day.
Guess we've got our own romantic right here.
Look, can you? Unbelievable that people think he's straight.
To the last battle.
Unfreaking believable.
No regrets.
Let's go.
I don't think Sarai keeps the hat. Don't worry. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. So one of the things I really love about this cutscene, I mean, obviously it's a climactic cutscene, and a very important one, for the game's themes and everything. I got an achievement. You can't see it because it's the Steam overlay. I guess probably doesn't show up, but even if it did, it'd be behind this camera. Anyway. Something that I love, I'll save and then I'll not watch that skit because I think that's a good note to end on. Something that I love, you know, it's easy to take for granted watching other games because, like, Tales games do not have the best, like, character rigging animations for non-combat purposes, you know? It's just not what the game is good at. And it's never been. It's always gone for a more stylized approach compared to, like, if you look at Final Fantasy 15, that is becoming sort of increasingly realistic. I mean, whatever realistic means in JRPG terms, but as a longtime fan of this series, it was stirring to me to see the characters be so expressive with their you know, their little body movements. It's a little thing, and again, it's like, I'm not even saying it's good in the broad scheme of video games, but in this scheme of this series, I just thought it was so cool. Like, I think it's real neat. All those little tiny character animations in that cutscene, I think, were really lovely. Anyway, I don't want to talk too long because that was already 20 minutes of cutscenes. It was a little longer than I thought, but that's okay. Bye.